What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today, as promised guys, we're going to give you a club tour. I'm going to talk to you about a few things, then we're going to get into some gameplay for some of the objectives. And just in general, just talk through my thoughts of the game right now and where I'm at. And I was thinking about this just before I started the video because I know my opinion flip-flops a lot on what I want to do, how much I want to play or how little I want to play, how engaged I am with the game. And what I came to the conclusion of is that these videos, like as much as you guys may watch them to escape your world, these videos are like my therapy sessions for FIFA. And what I do is I just talk through my feelings and thoughts at that time, and it allows me a way to kind of organize my thoughts and my thought process to be able to make better and more informed decisions. And that's also based on your guys' responses. So if one day I'm like, guys, I'm going to play every game of FIFA under the sun, we're going to play 30 games of weekend league, I'm going to become a better player, and then 3 days later I'm like, guys, I'm just really not feeling this game, you know, I'm not really engaged with it, I hope you understand that it's just because that's just how I feel at any given time for multiple reasons. Now, you can see on the trade pile here, well, you can see in the coin balance there, we're already back up to 215,000 coins. I'm hoping to be able to afford Team of the Year Marcelo by this upcoming weekend league. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, really? 1.1-ish million coins? You only have 200k? That's not really going to happen. Well, as you can see there, oh, something else sold there as well. I'm basically just selling off consumables right now and some players that are duplicates, sometimes from bronze packs, sometimes from silver packs, and sometimes from gold packs, depending on what I do in draft and such. And you can see I've got some stuff on the trade pile, not like a whole bunch of items, but some items. I think we've got like 70 items on there right now. And today I want to go through like all the stats and such of the players and whatnot as well. So we've got some items on the trade pile. Some of it will take a little longer to sell than others, and right now I'm kind of in the process of getting rid of things that don't really sell too well, like these dribbling cards. There's 57 of them there, and they don't really sell for 200 often, but they do sell for 200 sometimes. So what I'll be doing is like listing up 10 of these and just getting rid of them over time, instead of listing up all like 45 spaces I have and maybe only selling 8 and then having to relist and relist and relist. I'm kind of just getting rid of a few of a bit of things all of the time. And the training cards aren't necessarily something that I'm going to care too much about trying to get rid of, because they are the lowest common denominator. Like they don't, but for items that sell at 200, they sell less than almost any other item that sells for 200. In terms of position modifiers, I don't really have much. I have 270 left back to left wing back cards. I thought I'd test something out and see if I could try an opportunity of using left back to left wing back cards. All of them bought for 150 on open bid. I was going to see if I could just list them up for 300 and just as a tester to see how commonly they sold. I haven't got to the point in time where I'm listing them and selling them yet. So maybe buying 270 was a bit too much, but I did it without even realizing how many I had. I just kept going and putting bids and bids and bids and bids on. And before I knew it, I just had loads. But other than that, I don't really have many position modifiers. I think the centre mid to cam sells for like 400 or 500 coins. So we'll be able to get a few coins out of this here as well. But again, the items that sell kind of like instantly, they're not really items I care to get rid of immediately, even though I just listed those up there. And the reason why I don't really care to get rid of them immediately is because I can always get rid of them immediately. So then they never actually hold a trade pile space. And what I want to get rid of is items that hold trade pile spaces so that I can be clear and clean and start working on other trading techniques. And I'm committing to the getting rid of everything mantra. Now, something like the Marksman Chem style, again, is something that I'll just struggle to sell. There's so many on the market, so many at 200, that the likelihood of mine being purchased is super slim. And so I don't really want to burden my trade pile with those sort of items until the very, very end. And you can see here, what I want to do is keep 5 as a bare minimum of every Chem style. So we have 5 or less of all of these. We have 7 powerhouses. I could probably actually quick sell the powerhouses. They don't sell. The same with the architects. Okay, we're getting like 16 coins back, or 38 coins back, should I say, on each one. And then the Hawk could sell. It's untradeable, so it can't. And then even the Marksman, we could just discard the 4. And that's actually me happy with where my chemistry style setup is. having a minimum of 5 of each chemistry style just gives me options if I need to use a chem style, and if they do boom in price for one reason or another, at least I've got some to sell for a decent amount. In terms of manager leagues, very the same. I keep a maximum of 3 of each manager league. Not that you even need those. It's half wasted coins there as well, to be fair. 2 of each is probably more than enough. I have kind of like the best managerial spread anyway, to the point where I don't really need these. And then contracts I've worked through. Now, these contracts here, the golds, these are again some contracts that will sell but won't sell much. I have a feeling if I listed 100 common gold contracts at the in my trade pile, I bet less than 10 would sell. And that's not an efficient method of your trade pile space. That is that's just items that are just taking up trade pile space. So I probably won't try and sell these. I'll probably just utilize these throughout the rest of the year. And then it takes us to fitness cards. Healing cards, I don't really have much to sell. I have a few of the rare healing cards, but not many. I think most of these are untradeable. You'll see very quickly we'll get to untradeable. And then once again, oh crap, did I just discard that? Oh, they're untradeable. That's why. There you go. So we're already at the untradeable section. And this head injury card won't even sell. And once again, you can see we've got a maximum of 5 of each of the healing methods. So we've got untradables and then 5 of each bronzes. And healing, again, this is one of those ones where I could quick sell these. They're only 3 coins each, so they don't really make much of a difference. But I could quick sell these because if ever I needed healing cards, because of how efficient the bronze pack method is, I could just open 10 bronze packs, make some quick profit, add some players to the club, and then get some healing cards that would obviously benefit me. So it really doesn't matter if we have these or not, especially with the fact that injuries don't really come around that often in this game, and I have 13 of the all injury cards that are untradeable, so I can just get rid of all of these. And that takes us to the most coins I've got left in consumables, which is going to really help me get towards that Marcelo Team of the Year extremely quick, and that is the fitness cards. Now, there's a lot of debate about how successful fitness cards sell. Now, this squad fitness card is untradeable, as is this gold fitness card here. So I'll use those in due course. And then I have 1,248 of the bronze individual fitness cards. Now, some people think that these don't sell. Some people think that they, will never sell. Some people think genuinely that I buy them from my own account on another account somewhere, which would be tedious and boring, picking up cards for 150 to 200 coins. But these cards will sell. If I listed 100 of these player fitness cards, I think around 40 would sell each hour. So obviously to get through 1,300 or so is going to take a long time, especially considering my trade pile is generally active with players from Bronze Pack Method, from Draft, and from other items here or there. This, even at 150 coins a piece, which is the genuine bare minimum that they will sell for, there is right there 187,000 coins worth of fitness cards. Now, if they sell for 200 coins, which is almost more likely what they'll sell for, it's 250,000 coins worth of fitness cards. So if I can get rid of these by Friday, which I'm going to work extremely hard to do, I've got basically when I relist my trade pile, set a timer on my phone for an hour, and then after the hour, if I'm not already on the account and maneuvering things around, and because right now if 3 or 4 items have sold, it would benefit me to go and list up 3 or 4 more items, because that way I would keep my trade pile active at all times. There's no point having 3 trade pile spaces open for 40 minutes just to wait for the hour. But at the end of every full hour of sales, when I'll sell 30 or 40 things at once, I've got my phone set so that it's like, hey, go back on, relist and relist the items that didn't sell and put on the trade pile for the spaces that are now empty. And I'm hoping in that sense that we're on Tuesday right now. If I can even do it 10 times a day, which is not unreasonable, especially with how much time I spend on the game. That's not to say that I'm spending 10 hours a day on the game either, but if I can do it 10 times a day and I'm selling 40 items an hour, that's going to be 400 items minimum per day. A minimum of 200 coins per item. We're looking at 80,000 coins per day. Now, over the next 4 days, that's not like huge coins necessarily, but it would be, over 300,000 coins just in those 4 days. And that would take us up to over 500,000 coins in total. And why that's not the necessary be all and end all that will say, oh, actually, you can't get Marcelo, is because I'm not using all of my trade pile space for these cards that take an hour to sell. A lot of my trade pile space is full up with players, or at least I want 20 or so spots open for players so that I can do any kind of trading or bin sniping, or I can do some league SBCs, or I could just sell items from my club, and we'll get to that in a second. So other than that, Foot Champs is obviously going to give me a nice 70,000 coins absolute minimum return, just because of the Elite 3 coin bonus. And then the Team of the Week pack and the Jumbo Rare Players pack will give me, again, at least 50,000 coins if I just discarded it all, right? So if I can sell those items for some value, that's another 120,000 guaranteed minimum, potentially up towards 200,000 or more. So with the 300,000 we can guarantee ourselves at 10 listings a day, and the 200,000 or so from Foot Champs rewards on Thursday, that's already going to put us up, including the coins we already have, to about 700,000 coins by this coming Thursday. So I'm going to need to make anywhere between 300,000 and 400,000 coins between now and then. And how do I do that? Well, the first thing that we have to take into consideration is Rivals rewards. Now, I will earn a lot of coins from match coins, just because I'm going to be maybe or maybe not playing through to the objectives. And then it's like, I could take the 80,000 coins, and that would obviously save me the need of having to find 80,000 coins in the club. Alternatively, I could take the tradable rewards, a mega pack and an ultimate pack, and if I hit something big, great, I can sell it and make some coins. But if I don't, I'm only going to make about like 30,000 coins maximum, maybe 40,000 coins, so you're risking half of it. Or alternatively, I could take untradeable rewards and save them for the next promo and try and hit some fun cards to play with. But I don't think untradeable is where I want to go. Now that we're not first owner, there's the only thing untradeable rewards are really going to benefit me for is players for SBCs. But I've got a really cool method to get high rated players for SBCs whilst turning a profit outside of that. So I don't think I'm going to focus on untradeable. So we're either going to take coins or tradable packs, probably tradable packs, just because the chance of something big is there. And, you know, I can't imagine EA are going to do nothing now for a few weeks. I'm sure we'll get something by way of items in packs somewhere down the line. So that will be another addition to our coins. And that's going to leave us needing to find around 200 to 300,000 coins, give or take, between now and Friday outside of my traditional goings on. So where am I going to get those coins from? Well, that's where this club tour kind of gets a bit more interesting, because I still have 3,500 players in my club. And although most of these players are not like valuable to some degree, I went and bought Bakambu, a signing that we picked up to do Freddie Guarin, who I will go and get. We bought him for 16,500. He discards for 15,000, and he's selling right now for about 18,000 coins or so. So there's like another 18k there towards the 200 to 400,000 coins we need. And I packed Mooney from a league SBC, and he's only 15,000 coins. I'm going to hold on to him for the time being, because I can realize that 15,000 coins at any time by just discarding him. And if EA release something that requires a hero card specifically from the Premier League, his price will shoot up in value, and we'll be able to sell him on for more. Outside of that, we have no tradable special cards other than Mbappe. Also, this Socrates, I hate using loans. They're just kind of pointless. He can go. Other than that, we have no more tradable special cards. Just those three. That's it. So in terms of the rest of our club, and we'll go through the stats when we look at the team specifically, because I want to show you the new tactics I'm going through. We obviously have Kante and Varane, Henry, Best, Ibra, Bale, and Raul, but the rest of my club is really gutted out. So the icons that I've got, I'll be happy to turn in for prime icon moments when I find another prime icon moment that I really want. Alwar is an interesting card for me, because this is a super, super good card. It just doesn't fit into my team ever, really. We've had him since the FFS promo, which was the week after Team of the Year. So we've had him since January. We're now into April, and I've only played 52 games with him, and most of those as a sub. So he's not really doing much for me. The Arsenal guys I'll never get rid of, just because I'm an Arsenal fan. And David Luiz there, I think he's in my main team right now, and even if he's not, he's just a quality centre-back, so I'll never use him in an SBC. Marcus Alonso, because of the opportunities of him getting upgraded many more times, won't go anywhere. However, Pato and Talisca, I'm more than happy to get rid of these guys in SBCs. It just so happens that this week, using CSL players are important, and I would need it to be a really, really valuable SBC for me to put these two in. We've got the Skriniar League SBC card back again. Juanfran is still my starting player. Lacazette is a beast because he's from Arsenal. Eder Militao is another top-end centre-back. Not a tier 1, but definitely a tier 2 centre-back. A couple more icons that we probably never going to do anything with. And then we're already down into the 87s. Think of how many amazing pages worth of players I had, and now we're down into the 84s. A few one-to-watches there. Maybe they get upgraded, maybe they don't. 83s and 82s, and then into the 81s. So we only have, in terms of untradeable special cards, like 7 pages. 6 pages, really, because we've got 3 tradable special cards in Mbappe and the 2 hero cards. So I have 6 untradeable pages worth of cards. A good variance of cards, some Champions League cards, some one-to-watches, Man of the Match card, an Inform, red Champions, the Champions League card. We've got a Player of the Year card, a Screamer card. We've got a League SBC card, a couple more ones to watches. Like, we've got a good mix of items. We've got some other special cards, Fatma's card, the Jovino special card, like the icons. Obviously, there's a little bit of everything here, which is a good mix to have. But that's where we're at with those type of cards. Now, where I'm going to get the rest of the coins from to be able to guarantee myself Marcelo is I have a whole bunch of gold cards, right? Now, forget untradables. Let's just look at tradables. Once again, like the 83s, it's kind of pointless me selling 83s right now because they're at a very low point in terms of value. They're not super expensive at all. They're back down under 2K, generally speaking. And so that means that I might as well hold on to them unless I desperately need the coins or unless they shoot up in value. And so much like any consumable that I said that is an insta-sell, these 83s are kind of like risk versus reward versus effort. I can sell those at any time I want on the trade pile for 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 coins. I don't necessarily have many 83s. As you can see, we actually don't really have many rare golds left, but in talking about just trying to get this extra 200 to 300,000 coins necessary to get Marcelo by the end of this week, even just the 3 or 4 pages that we have here, which I think is exactly 4 pages, that straight away with the value of the 83s, that's already like an extra 30 to 50,000 coins there. Let's even err on the side of caution and say it's 30. That's 30,000 coins just off of the rare gold cards that we have, and that gets us an extra little bit closer. And then the common gold cards. Now, the common gold cards are very interesting to me because some of them sell for extreme amounts. And Arthur right here is one that sells for 1,000 coins. Right now, a lot of commons sell for 300 to 500 coins, most, I'd say. Some sell for 500 to 1,000 coins, and then the odd occasion you'll get a common card for an SBC or something that's selling for like 1,800, 2,500 coins. And selling those at the right time is important because getting your max value out of that is important. But it also comes down to the fact of, again, risk versus reward versus effort. If I just sell these right now today for their going price, I might make an extra 10 or 15% if I wait and sell at the right time. But how much is that worth in terms of actual value? Let's say I make 100,000 coins. I could have made 115,000 coins if I waited. But waiting, how much is that 15,000 coins actually worth? So once we get through some of the consumables and with the extra trade pile spaces that we have, we're going to be getting rid of a lot of the common golds, but not all of the common golds. And I will get through that in a second as well. And then in terms of the common golds, we have pages and pages and pages. And let's say we had, 5 pages of rare golds. Obviously, there's 10 cards per page. And I know for a fact that we could get an average sale price here of 450 coins. Let's even, again, err on the side of caution and say if I just listed all of these up for 400 coins, they would probably all sell straight away. But 450 coins, I think, is a very fair assessment. And we're going to page 41. So let's say 40 pages are there. So 35 pages, excluding the 5 pages of rares. So we have 35 pages, which is 350 cards that we could sell. Let's err on the side of caution and say 400 coins. That's another 140,000 coins. And at discard price, if I just sat there and discarded all of them, that's another 105,000 coins. So there's another 100,000 coins, give or take, in commons. There's 30 to 50,000 coins in rares. There's obviously the coins that we have in those 2 special cards that I can get rid of. That's like another 30 to 40,000 coins straight off the bat. And you're now starting to see how I've still got well in excess of 1 million coins in this account. It's in dribs and drabs and bits and bobs, and it takes time and effort and energy and resources to realize those coins, but they're there. And that's not even the big part. The big part for me is the silvers. For silvers, I've already sold a lot of silvers because of the SBC that came out for the foot swaps card. Now, foot swaps this month seems like something everyone's going to get involved in, because you could get a base icon, or you can get that Griezmann card, or you can get the Douglas Costa birthday card for 14 tokens, which means everyone that wants those cards is going to make sure that they do every opportunity, every foot swap available, because they're going to need to. And that shot the value up of silver rares. Specifically, left backs, right backs, left mids, right mids. This guy right here, he's currently selling for, I mean, look at that. I could probably sell him for like 1,500 coins straight away, just because he's a centre-back. And what I did there is I sold a whole bunch of the silver rares that I had. And we've got 6 sales here as well. Some training cards, it's pretty nice. So what I have by way of silvers is genuinely, again, hundreds of thousands of coins. Because even at discard price, these ones discard for 260 coins. Even at discard price, we've got, if this wants to load up here, so many pages of rare silvers that are tradable. We're already at 10 pages, 12, 13. I mean, we could just go on for days. And some of these cards anyway are League SBC cards that are worth like 600 to 800 that I just never got around to selling because I've been lazy or waiting for the right time. Well, guess what? If we want to get if we want to get the most out of this club, this is the right time. Getting rid of everything and then rebuilding is the right thing to do. But it comes with an asterisk. And this is why I want you guys to understand why I open silver packs and stuff like that, is because it all bears fruits in the long term. So we have, Jesus, more than I thought. We have 39 pages of silver rares. So that's 390 silver rares that will discard. What's he discarding for? We'll take the lowest place, so 230. So we'll discard for a minimum of 230. That at discard price is another 90,000 coins. Yet, as I say, most of these cards will sell for 300 to 500, some of them up towards 1,000, 800. So even if we get, like, let's say an average of 600 per card, which I think is a fair assessment, that's another 240,000 coins. Now this guy, he's got a 300 coin bid. There's no bin for under 1,000. There's one for 800. So I know I could list him up for 500 and I would get a sale there. And again, it just comes down to the point of listing these cards up to get the value out of them, which is tedious and is boring. But if you want the coins, you got to put in the effort. What's tricky is, on top of that as well, then we also have, so from page 40, now these cards sell at discard for like 100 coins, 110 for the high rated ones, and I think it's like 97 or whatever for the low rated ones. So we had like, 39 pages of the rares. And then again, I just have pages on pages of these commons. And again, some of these commons sell for nothing and are worth discard price. Some of them will sell for 200 coins, even if they're worth nothing, because people just buy cards for daily objectives, for league SBCs, for whatever reason. They will just buy a card. But you can see here, we're pages and pages and pages of silver commons. But again, even if I just discarded them, we're looking at probably another like 50,000 coins or so from discard value. And when you start adding all of these 30k here and 50k there and 120k's here, it starts to become a real mass of coins. All the meanwhile, knowing that, and this is where the asterisk comes, that you can still turn a profit outside of that using other methods outside of all the items that I have in my club. And you can turn that profit by opening more bronze packs, by completing more league SBCs efficiently, by playing the game and playing draft. And as long as you're decent enough at draft or sell the items for a good price, you'll make coins off of that. I'm actually shocked here by how many pages of silver cards we have. I've never gone to the end of the silver section before, so I didn't know how many tradable pages we have. But we're already looking at, once we get to page 139, that's already going to be... so they still discard for over 100 coins as well. So page 139 is already going to be 1,000 players. So 1,000 players, obviously, at 100 coin discard, that is another 100,000 coins worth of discards in common silvers. Forget what they could potentially sell for. Even if we went to the low end and said every card will sell for an average of 250,000 coins, which I think is very fair, we'd be looking at another 250,000 coins. And you start to realize, when I say to you guys, I have like 6 to 8 million coins in my club back in a few weeks ago, you start to realize now, you start to see it, you start to be like, well, damn, there's actually a lot of bloody coins here. Even at the lowest possible value, which is the discard rate, there is a lot of coins here. And you got to think to yourself, how can he be, or how can people in general be the most efficient with these cards? I've got to be getting close to the end now because we're at the 65s, but not really. So what was it? It was 39 pages of the rares. Jesus, we're still going. I'm going to get to the end as well. I want to see it. There we go. So this is now untradables. So we went 39 pages, which means there's 156. So there's 1,560 rare common silvers, which are obviously at discard price. He's at 98. At least an average of 100 at discard price. That's 156,000. Now, if we can sell those cards at, let's say, 200 coins a piece, that's obviously over 300,000 after tax, another 300,000 coins there. And you could probably, you could arguably take any card. Now, this card, there might be no one buying this card, but there's none even for, there you go, the first one is there for 200. So I'm pretty confident this card would eventually sell for 200. But this is, again, a card that you don't want to list on the trade pile right now because you don't know how long it's going to take to sell. You want to sell the things that sell first straight away, and keep the things that are the final common denominators at the end, because you can do more with them than just discard them or just sell them. And then bronzes, again. Now, bronzes have a discard price of like 50 coins, right? And down towards 40 coins. And I don't really have many rare bronzes, which is good because I don't know how I could handle it. But I have, again, just thousands of bronze cards in general. And most of these are utterly worthless, but some of them are worth 200 to 400 coins. And it's very easy to go through which ones are worth anything because of League SBC. So if I just go to the England Championship and go to bronze, all of these bronze cards will sell for 200 coins. And it's not necessarily huge marketability. It's not. I'm not sitting here going like, oh yeah, 200 coins a card, love that. But they will all eventually sell for 200 coins. And so I hope you can now see that as long as I work hard to get rid of these cards, there you go, that silver card sold for 500. As long as I work hard to continually list up everything in my club, I can start making a really, really, really hefty amount of coins in a really short amount of time, right? But it's important to keep the club running efficiently. And the way to do that is to still do the things that got me these cards in the first place, but do it at a scaled down rate so that we can actually accumulate coins. Because there's no point me trying to sell all my bronze fitness cards if I'm opening more bronze packs and to the point where I'm just stacking bronze fitness cards. I want to realize these coins. And so how do you get the most out of realizing the coins and the items in your club whilst also still running the club efficiently and making the most of every avenue for coins? Because there's a lot of avenues to make coins. One of the avenues is through bronze pack method. One of the avenues is through the offline draft first round exit. One of the avenues is through the online draft. One of the avenues is through rivals and champs rewards. And one of the avenues is through SBCs. And SBCs are a really important structure to what we do, due to the fact that they can generate you lots of profit or no profit in a very, very short amount of time. And what I mean by that is if we go to the League SBC specifically, you can see I'm already like working through some of them. Major League Soccer would be an interesting one. What I tend to do is I tend to look at a League SBC, and if I already have 60 to 70% of the cards for a club, I'll complete it. Because although I can get some coins from the cards, so let me find an MLS team that we've got some cards from. Damn, maybe I don't even have any. There you go, Dallas. So I already have 5 of the cards from Dallas. So Dallas is definitely a team that I would consider doing, and this would give me a premium mixed players pack. Now maybe this premium mixed players pack gets me nothing in general in return, but if I can do this SBC super efficiently and get the cards for a very low price and make a good return off them. I probably wouldn't even do this one actually because we have 2 strikers, 2 goalkeepers. You can essentially like start working the League SBCs into your favor to the point where you can make coins from them. You're not necessarily going to make big profit. It's about the consistent grind and then making sure you get everything for the cheapest price. And the way to do that is, again, a grind, but it's something that could be valuable or not valuable depending on how much effort you want to put in. So in terms of the league SBCs, there are certain leagues that I don't care to do, that I will just sell the players for. Certain leagues that I care to do because either the pack rewards are very nice or the players are high rated and will be good long term. And then there's some leagues that don't have like league SBCs. So for example, the Austrian league or the Czech league, the Czech league or the Austrian league, this doesn't have a league SBC. So I have two choices with these cards, or three choices. Choice number one is I just leave them in my club and wait until they potentially become relevant through an SBC and sell them then. That is a choice that is relying on EA to give us something to make profit. Not necessarily the smartest choice, but definitely the most profitable if it works. If EA release an SBC tomorrow that requires bronze players anyway, or Austrian players or Spanish players from off leagues, I could make a whole bunch of coins here. And it's very possible that this Fran Sanchez guy might even sell in the first place. So that's choice one. Choice two, so he doesn't even sell. Choice two is you discard these cards and you get coins back for them. You won't make many coins back from them. It is a super tedious kind of method. You know, you're looking at like 18 to 13 coins a card. I think it goes down to like 13 coins here. You're looking for 15 coins. So 18 to 15 coins a card. So even 100 cards is only 1,500 coins. It really is like the level of tedious that you just don't want to get involved in. The third option is you turn these in, the off-league cards, the leagues that don't have league SBCs, you turn them in and get silver upgrade packs and start working on your untradeable silver game so that you can complete league SBCs cheaper or SBCs cheaper. And then, you know, obviously it's the typical grind. So you turn all those bronzes that you don't give a damn about into silver player packs. You turn all the silvers that you don't give a damn about into gold player packs, and all the silvers that you do give a damn about into the league SBCs that you want to do it with, even if that means you have to spend some coins in the short term. Like let's argument's sake situation here, right? So we get this Salah card. Fortunately, his duplicate is tradable, which again, I will get 300 to 400. There you go. There's a 350 there with 30 minutes to go. So if I list this guy up for 300, he will sell. 250 he will sell, 200 he will sell. Let's say we went and got ourselves some untradeable silvers from a league SBC. I don't even know what leagues I have available that I have lots of cards for because I haven't really been keeping track too much. Let's go to the Japanese league. Let's say that silver was a card from the Japanese league. So we go into the Japanese league and we start looking at all of the cards from all of the teams that we have. So we take a look at, it doesn't have to be silver cards either. We take a look at Osaka. Now I have 6 cards from that team, which is pretty good. FC Tokyo, only 4. Gamba Osaka. So Gamba Osaka, we have 8 cards from. So that's now a league, a team, just one team. You don't have to do the full league here. This is just one team. We're now going to Gamba Osaka and we think to ourselves, okay, we have 8 cards. One of these is our untradeable silver, theoretically speaking, of course. Now we've got a few low cards in here, which might influence how much we have to spend as well. We need a 65 rated team. We've got a couple of heavy 70s. Now, all of a sudden, for a small Prime Electrum Players pack, I need 3 positions. So I'm going to go and find my Gamba Osaka available. And the contention here again is how you make the most out of what you have, right? And let me build the full team and explain afterwards. What do I need? I need a left mid and a right mid, preferably silvers. Let me just look at all the silvers for like 300 coins or less. So I already have the bronzes. So no silvers for 300 coins. 400 coins though. 350 for a couple of CDMs. I would really prefer a left mid and a right mid, just because it's what we need. He's 60 rated, so 60 rated for 200 coins as well. And you would be able to get him for 150 coins on bid if you were patient. Me, just for the sake of this video, I'm not being very patient. So a right mid and a left mid, and then we'll take a view on rating at the end. So the left mid, he's silver as well at 550. So I've spent now 750 coins, right? Which isn't a lot, but you're probably thinking, wait, I thought you're trying to make coins, because what you're looking to do is go and get that Marcelo. So you can't spend coins and make coins at the same time, which is a granted factor. Now, we got a really low rated team here, so I'm going to need a couple more silvers. Doesn't necessarily have to be a defender. I can get away with any 2 silvers that we need, because I already have 93 chemistry. You can't see that. I just need a couple of silver players, basically. So we'll go to silver. Hopefully get some silvers that we don't already have. Those CDMs will be a real viable option for us now. So this guy at 350, that's now putting us up to 1,100 coins spent. Well, this guy now, that puts us up to 1,150 coins spent. I don't think he's going to get us up to 65 rated, but he might. So I'm 60 rated right now. I need to be 65. He gets us up to 64. So I need one upgraded card here. I need pretty much a centre midfielder or a defender that's another silver card. And we've so far spent, like, what was it, 1,100 coins. And where the issue comes, what do I have for bronzes that can upgrade? If there's like a high 60 rated bronze here, we can make some really good moves. So this guy here, ooh, Sagunama, do I already have him? No, I don't. He's actually going to be perfect because he's going to go over a 50 rated, and he's going to be brilliant for us. So we can go and get that bronze centre back there. And again, I could just open bid him for 150 coins, wait the minute and a half, do some other stuff in the meantime, and get myself 50 coins cheaper. I really hope this does improve the team rating. It doesn't. That doesn't either. That doesn't either. How can I still be 64 rated? That's absurd. So I'm going to need one more higher rated card, preferably a striker. Let's go for a striker. Do we have a bronze striker that's like a 60 odd rated? We've got a 55 rated. Looks like only 55s. Let's just go and have a look to see if that 55 is going to be enough for us in Gambit Osaka. And I want to figure out exactly how many coins I've spent as well. So it is, that 55 is going to be enough, which is just brilliant. And so what this does, guys, is it gives us a choice again. Choice number one, we can spend I think about 15 to 1,600 coins that we've spent to finish off this team. And there we go. I've completed the whole set. Now, these two guys won't do anything. So I could discard these just for safe, like, peace of mind of knowing that like, if I was doing league upgrade SBCs, I wouldn't use these two cards. So these two cards are going to sit in my club and sit there forever doing nothing, right? Now, we have a full team here, and I spent in total, because I already had some, I'm talking, I don't care at the moment about opportunity cost or sunk cost. I know they exist, but I don't care about it at the moment. I spent a total of 200, that's 400, 800 including him, 1350 including him. So 1,550 coins I spent to get a small Prime Electrum Players pack. Now, the other alternatives are I sell the team. So this silver card will have some value, maybe only 300, 400 coins. In fact, it looks like he'll sell for like 600 or 700 coins. This silver card, probably also the same, 600 or 700 coins. I bought him for 550, so he's obviously worth 550. The centre back here, we could sell on for, yeah, probably like 700 coins. So on the one hand, I could easily get 700 coins for him. On the one hand, you could look at this team and say, not only have I spent 1,200 coins or whatever, but I'm passing up on gaining a potential 2,000 to 3,000 coins from selling the cards. But this is where, again, it comes down to risk versus reward. Because what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be taking some of your silver duplicates to complete these from the upgrade method. You're not, like, theoretically, some of these silvers should be untradeable. And that's the whole point of completing the League SBC, because you can't sell them. But if you can sell them, you have to make a choice. Is the pack that you're getting worth more? And there's only one way to find out. Not only have we spent 1.2k, we have not sold at the value of about, let's say, 3k. So we're looking at around, we need about 4,000 to 5,000 coins from this pack to get our value out of this team. And whether or not you get 4,000 to 5,000 coins really just depends on how lucky your pack luck is. So we're going to get 1,000 coins from Gael Clichy. In terms of why is he selling? In terms of, Jesus, somebody's price fixing this guy, and I don't understand why. I'll try and just sell him instantly for 600. In terms of just coins, just flat out coins, just selling Clichy and that silver has got us our coins back. And then it's, do you make enough money to cover the losses of the rest of it from the rest of these cards? Now, we've got two Saudi players. We've got a Bundesliga Guilavogui there. He's not really selling. And for the time being, I'll just store these in the club. And this is why sometimes it gets difficult to clear your club out, because on the process of getting rid of things, you gain more things. So you've got this constant revolving door of cards going out and cards coming in. And it's about how you most efficiently manage your trade pile and your club itinerary to get the most out of it. And so that's what you do. And then when you get like a whole bunch of untradeable silvers from leagues that you don't care about, you can go and do, again, one of two things. Number one, you can put the common silvers into the upgrade method. So let's say I don't even think I have silver untradables that are common enough from a specific league. Now, I know I have a lot, but whether or not I have enough, so they're all rare, so I wouldn't even use those. I wouldn't use common silvers from League SBCs either, any League SBCs really. So that guy I wouldn't even use. And the reason why I wouldn't get rid of the rare silvers, guys, untradeable or otherwise, is because you can put those rare silvers into the icon SBCs and get yourself a gold players pack. And the same with bronzes. Instead of selling or using rare bronzes in upgrades, and this is why I don't really have many, you could put them in the icon SBCs. And if you want to put in the effort to micromanage your club to the extreme level of what I've just kind of talked you through here with this club tour, you can make hundreds of thousands of coins every single day, depending on how much time you have. And so when I look at my club, and we've been through an extensive club tour here, this hasn't even necessarily been a club tour, this has been a club experience. This is me showing you the ins and outs of everything. I'm pretty confident come Friday, so long as I continue to put in the effort, and it is a lot of effort, but it's worth it at the end of the day if we can get, good videos and good players out of it. As long as I can keep putting in the effort, come Friday, I'm very confident I will have enough coins to buy Team of the Year Marcelo, and I will continue working this hard to make sure I can get Team of the Year Ramos as quick as possible as well. And at that point, my team will be so damn good. Now, in terms of player stats, guys, I'm just gonna briefly gloss over player stats because I have a feeling this video is extremely long. So Juan Fran is our top player at the moment with 634 games. Aubameyang 362, Ballack 260, Kante and Varane very close. Obviously, we got them at the same time. Gareth Bale, unbelievably, has caught up with these guys, even though I got him at around the same time as well. Ibrahimovic 224, Eder Militao with 179 games for me. Raul has played less games for me than Eder Militao, which is crazy. Marcos Alonso up to 168, Neymar at 144, George Best only 117. I really regret doing that Best in many regards, because although it is an absolutely incredible card, we accelerated past him so very quickly, and he just doesn't fit what I do in the game and the way I play, right? He's 5'9", which isn't really big enough. He has got decent jumping and heading, I suppose, but in terms of goals scored, guys, Aubameyang number 1, Bale number 2, over 200 goals for Gareth Bale now. Ibrahimovic there with number 3. Raul at number 4, Neymar as well, Lacazette coming in, George Best. But you'll see here, Thierry Henry now, 23 goals and 7 assists in 32 games. Henry already has more goals than Ballack. That's interesting. And Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe there. What a revelation this guy has been for me, man. 32 games, 35 assists and 15 goals. 50 goal contributions through my weekend league and division rivals gameplay for Kylian Mbappe there. And then Cristiano Ronaldo, new to the club, 4 goals in 5 games and 2 assists. But I'm trying something new tactically at the moment. I'm trying playing 5 at the back. So Michael Ballack is at the moment my centre-back. And I'm trying that just because of how bad I am defensively and how I can score goals anyway offensively. So you'll see the team on the screen right now is kind of how we're playing. Ronaldo at striker, Mbappe on the left wing, Henry on the right wing. Although I will probably play Ronaldo at right wing and Henry at striker. I'm just kind of figuring out, again, the right places for these players because I've got 4 incredible attackers that are all necessary and relevant for the same thing. But when I play the 4-2-3-1, I play in such a fashion that my left cam and right cam are my predominant players and goal scorers. And that's why Henry's record isn't so great, because I play him at central cam or striker. And my central cam and striker, as you can see by Raul's record, doesn't get involved in the gameplay. And my cam limits limited gameplay as well. And so I was talking on stream how it would be awesome if there was a formation where I could remove one of the strikers and put it as a defender. And I've tried the 5-2-2-1 before, but somebody said, why not try the 5-2-2-1 again and set player instructions and your team instructions so that your width is super narrow and your players get into the box and cut inside, and hopefully it will emulate the position they play as cams instead of as wingers, so that I can still cross to them. And Henry is obviously really good for the crossing meta, so is Ronaldo, so is Mbappe. Ronaldo and Mbappe are better for the crossing meta than Henry because they both have 5-star skill moves for the El Tornado. Gareth Bale is obviously an utter machine for me in the crossing meta. He's just the perfect player for it. And so I don't like playing him in centre midfield, but I love Henry too much to put him not in the attack. I could play Henry as a centre midfield. He has the stats for it with this prime card. And I'm basically just stuck in a world of trying to figure out this team still. I want to know, is this 5-2-2-1 going to work? If not, I could go back to the 4-2-3-1, which means Ronaldo and Henry aren't going to get great goal-scoring records, and Mbappe and Bale will be my predominant goal scorers. Not that that's even a problem, but I like to score goals with the players that I like, and I really like Henry, so I want to score more goals with him. But that, guys, is the club tour pretty much complete. That's where we're at. That's all the things that we've got. I hope you can recognize and understand that I genuinely have that guy sold for 600. NepentheZ. I'm going to go and get NepentheZ out because he was a duplicate. I'm going to go and get him out of the club. He's a League 2, an Italian League 2 player. There's no logical reason why he would be selling right now other than the fact somebody's price fixing him. Again, 1.4k there. That's why I sold him. Somebody's definitely price fixing him at 2k. I don't know why. Let me drop him to 600 again. I'll take 600 coins for him. I hope you guys can now see and kind of understand how, in my mind, I've got lots of coins. Honestly, I still think after going through a full deep dive in the club here, I think we still have about 2 million coins in the club. Just depending on how efficiently and how much time and energy I want to put into grinding out the little bits and bobs here and there. But as a more realistic, kind of quicker switch for coins, I've easily got 1 million coins in the club, and more coming because of rewards and such. So getting up to the 1.1 million, I think Marcelo is at 1.1 million. He was at 1.1 million, maybe because it's Monday, his price has gone down. Obviously, people just spend a lot more towards the back end of the week as they're picking up players for their weekend league. Where are we at? So 1.25 there with Marcelo, 1.18. He was at 1 million flat. He is actually under 1 million recently. It looks like he's actually up towards 1.2 million. There's 1.13. The fact that 1.13 wasn't selling makes me feel like we might be able to get him for 1.1. At the very least, 1.13, which isn't too bad at all. There's 1.12. So yeah, I'm about 900,000 coins short of Marcelo at the moment. And if I don't get him by this Friday, if I'm real close, I'll work super hard to get him. If I've been lazy throughout the week and I'm only up to like 600 or 700k by this Friday, then probably I won't try and get him until next Friday, and we'll just play with this team again for a full weekend league. Although we still will have a new addition for the full weekend league, which will be Ronaldo. But I'm hoping to get Marcelo by this weekend league and then start working towards Sergio Ramos for next weekend league. I don't think I'll be able to get him that quick. He's 2 million coins. That's going to take me 2 or 3 weeks to achieve, unless I start implementing. See, and this is what the part that gets me excited. Playing the game doesn't necessarily get me excited, but this is the part that gets me excited, right? Once I've actually cleared out my club and we're back to kind of like ground zero, or like, like the base zero rate, whatever, when we have nothing left to sell or to discard or to grind, that's where, again, I can start the grind and stay on top of being efficient, so I don't have to go through this process again of getting rid of everything. If I stay on top of things, we'll see the constant influx of coins, and then I can start using the coin balance I have to trade. And by trade, I don't even mean trade. I mean just abuse lazy buyers. Start buying squad fitness cards for 1,000, selling them for 1,400. If you did that for 100 a day, let's say you bought 100 squad. I don't even know why I'm having to do the math here. If you bought 100 squad fitnesses for 1,000 coins, you'd spend 100,000 coins. If you sold them all for 1,400 coins, which is relatively easy to do on a day-to-day basis, you'd make 140,000 coins back. You'd lose 7,000 coins tax, so you'd make 33,000 coins. So just by buying 100 squad fitnesses a day at 1,000 coins and then trying to sell them all throughout the day, you can make 30,000 coins. Now, what did I say? 33,000 coins. Now, if you do that 3 times a day, you make 100,000 coins a day, just selling 300 squad fitness cards to lazy buyers. And when you think about how many people play this game and how many people buy squad fitness cards, that's one avenue that is tedious and boring, buying 100 and trying to sell 100, staying on top of your trade pile every hour, making sure you stagger the trade pile properly so that you don't get all your cards bunched up all at the same time. There's a lot more that goes into it than anything else. Oh, look at this is a perfect time. This is how, oh man, this video is going to be super long. You can see there again, a whole bunch of items have sold. Not all the, some other stuff sold there as well. Look, there you go. The shooting card is selling. Fitness card for 150, another fitness card for 150. A lot of stuff hasn't sold. I think some of the players actually need to change their rate. Now, these shooting cards, man, these are ones that I just don't want these ones on the trade pile. I'd rather discard those and not have them waste my trade pile space, because they are selling. The fact that we sold 1 or 2 there and I had about 20 on the trade pile, it's just not a rate of success that I'm happy with. I'm really surprised that pace card didn't sell. The shooting card we can get rid of as well. Again, and then we move into... So these ones will sell, these will sell, these will sell. Contracts. The manager contracts should sell. This guy we'll try and get rid of. This guy... why did I listen to him at 1,300? Okay, no, he does look like he's a 1,000 coin player. I listed him up for 900 coins, and hopefully we'll pick some coins back up off of him. This guy, I guess I bought him for a league SBC and I didn't need him. And then Jovetic isn't really selling right now. And some more stuff has sold again. And again, it just goes to show you guys, I had a full trade pile when we started this video. I had 100 items and I filled it up. Right now, just after this 1 hour cycle that we've been making this video for, 48 of my items sold. That's a really high strike rate. If you're selling 50% of your trade pile over the course of an hour, you have got a really high revolving door of coins. And now all I'm going to do now again is I'm going to go and pick up the things that I know will sell, which is specifically the fitness cards. And I'm just going to drop 50 of these on. I'm not going to do it on the video because you don't need to see that. And that's that, guys. And that is going to be the end of the club tour. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's something a little different. I know there's no gameplay, and this was a really just intricate deep dive into every single avenue of the things that I've done and the things that I will do to generate the coins. I hope you enjoyed the insight on this video, but this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.